Sleepy Joe.
JoJo's Adventure.
It's Jover, baby. It's Jover.
Yeah, I saw that meme. It is Jover. What do you think?
He did the right thing.
You think? But he was like pushed out, right?
Yeah.
It was kind of like an old man. I can still do it.
Yeah.
I can still fucking
Don't tell me I can't drive.
I can still do it. And then he just runs over someone.
Yeah.
It's
Don't
like,
take my license away. It's like Grey Dawn in South Park. Remember?
yeah, when they take away the licenses of like old people.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're just running over people.
They're just killing people. Like, remember the one where they go in the cabin and the car somehow got on the second floor of the cabin? And
Don't take away my license, Billy. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's basically what happened.
Right.
They took away his license.
Don't take away my license.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the idea.
But dude, I understand. Like, dude, he was in politics for like 50 fucking years, man.
No, I mean, dude, that's a thankless job in a way, and he didn't.
I mean, he wasn't starving.
He did the Game of Thrones all the way.
He did Game of Thrones. That's
he did
true.
Game of Thrones for 50 years.
Yeah.
And it's the end, right? It's Endgame. He went to the Monopoly,
Yeah, he survived the Red Wedding.
He survived everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had a hard life too. It's not like easy.
No. I'm not downplaying the guy's achievements, but
Yeah.
I mean, he did a lot. He became president of the United States of America.
Yes.
How many fucking people? Well, 47 or whatever it is, right? That's how many people got to do that.
Yeah. What, like at the highest, echelon, from like senator to like vice president for 8 years, and then
It's just crazy because all the hate that exists on the internet doesn't give props to the fact that he was the president of the United States. Right?
Yeah, and also a public servant.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's not, we shit on politicians, but someone has to do it. Right? Someone has to fucking listen to people and rub shoulders with like companies and whatever to like maintain a certain.
Yeah. Say shit you don't agree with.
Yeah.
Like
I'm not saying it's like a thankless job in that way, but like it is like a job where we kind of like no one wants to do it. I don't think.
I think people do want to do it.
Do you want to do it?
Dude, Trump wants to do it.
No, but No, I don't think Trump wanted to do it.
Get the fuck. Dude, come on.
No, he didn't want to be president. You think he wanted to be the president the first time?
He said that.
No, I think he doubted that he would get in. It was just a fucking reality stunt, and then he got in. It's like, oh shit, I have all this responsibility.
Yeah.
Was this one guy, what is it, Harrison or whatever? He got into office. It's like, oh shit, I can't handle this. I can't handle all this. And fucking like he ate some bad food.
Oh, William Henry Harrison. Is that what you're talking about?
I think so. And then he ate some bad seafood and died.
Yeah, he was the shortest president term. Yeah.
But he said like, oh shit, this is too much for me. Like he was overwhelmed. Like it's an overwhelming fucking job. Did
you buy Trump? I don't know if you watched his address during the Republican National Convention. Did you watch that?
I didn't see much of it.
Okay.
He went rambling, right? He kind of rambled a little bit.
Well, did you buy the whole like I'm a changed man bit? Like I'm not supposed to be here. Like all this stuff.
LeBron James getting a ring for Cleveland? No.
Yeah.
It's the same person. I think it is. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was talking to my dad, and he was like, certain kind of foods he's trying to not eat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he thinks about like the game theoretical like matter, like why does it matter?
Yeah.
I'm gonna die like in like 20, 30 years anyway, right? And a certain kind of food might affect you in like 30 years, like heavy metals or something.
Sure.
Right. So for him, like, do you have the same thing when it comes to like life-ending events when you're old? Does it have the same weight, right? Or is it like this kind of
I think no one truly contemplates their demise until it's up upon them.
Yeah, but he's of an age. He's like almost 80. He's of an age.
You're talking about Trump,
where he's thought about death.
Sure, I'm sure he's thought about it, but I don't think you really think about it until you get that the doctor is like, bro, like you got like, you're fucked. You know what I mean? Like things are going to go, I think that's like, okay, my grandfather is a perfect example. My grandfather my dad's dad was one of the most, he didn't give a shit about anybody or anything, man. He was like, did his life the way he wanted to do it. Talk shit, was a very hard man to get along with. And my brother and him were at odds for a long time. And when he was towards the end, when he realized his days were numbered, he drove from New York to South Carolina in a rental car. He was such a staunch Republican that on the rental car, he bought bumper stickers that said Hillary lied and 3 men died. He put it on a rental car, bro, and drove from New York to South Carolina just to make peace with my brother. Right? That's what I'm saying. I don't think people really contemplate their own demise until it's like coming. So I think what happened to Trump did shook him. He was shooketh, if you will, right? I think it did shake him.
It does. So you're saying it doesn't matter. Like, I feel like the delta based on age and the potential death is, negatively correlated with age. Like you stop giving more about
shit.
Death about you don't give death that much of attention.
Right. But I do agree with you that as the older you get, you care about smaller things less and less.
Yeah. I guess death is not a small thing, I guess. Right?
No, but I think the act of caring about small things is preparing for your death in a weird way.
Right. So in that sense, do you think Trump was shooketh as much as you think? Like
maybe not as much as you and I would be, right. But he was shook, bro. I mean, I when I asked you that question, do you buy it or not? I think he's not going to fundamentally change as a person, but I also saw in his face, like, bro, I almost died. You know what I mean? Like,
all right. Then another question: if you believe that that's true, do you think the coin flips towards like I'm gonna fucking like do the hell out of this presidency, or do you think like fuck like
retribution,
my enemies? Yeah, be vindictive.
It's funny because like there's this thing called Project 2025. It's kind of like a semi-conspiracy theory, but it's basically saying that the Republicans are setting up some moves if Trump gets reelected. And it's going to negatively affect a lot of Americans. And originally, when Trump was first elected, he said, for those of you that have been wronged, I am your retribution. He literally said that.
Yeah, but he didn't do much.
He didn't.
No.
But I think he's probably, in his own internal, whatever he's got internally, I think he's going to tone down on some of that.
Oh, tone it down. Interesting.
I'm not saying that I'm not condoning
right.
him running for president. I'm not condoning him as a candidate. I'm not, I'm just saying that I think that has to fundamentally change someone.
No, yeah.
It's at some level. Maybe not his politics, but at some level.
Yeah, no, you're like psychically, right? Like something would change. Like your brain weights change a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Right? Even at that advanced age and like that Trump brain, some weights change in his brain.
Yeah.
And we don't know where this chaos theory goes, right?
True.
We don't know where that pierced earring thing, you could put in fucking like that black, the thing with the cool goth kids do. You could put in that in it.
Yeah.
We don't know what that goth earring would do.
How does it affect the outcome, the target variable? How does it affect that? I don't think anyone knows.
Right? Like it might be like for positive, like he might be fucking like the best president ever, right? Or he just like starts, or he might even like stop guns altogether. Like we don't know what he'll do. Yeah.
All I know is I know who I don't want to be in the whole world, except for like obvious like things like poor people in a third world country who are starving to death. There's someone I do not want to be this week, and it was a lady who was in charge of the Secret Service. Dude, she got reamed at that fucking hearing, dude.
You had empathy for her.
I did, and here's why. I worked in, security / law enforcement, and she took the fall. And she may be completely incompetent at her job, and that may be true. But let me tell you something. There's no way in fucking hell that she was directly responsible for them missing that fucking roof.
Not directly, but you got to keep a tight ship if you're a security manager.
Yeah.
Right?
And we talked about this yesterday, and I agree with you that she probably should step down, and she did. She did today. But someone needs to go, and multiple people need to be subpoenaed now, in addition to her.
So you mentioned she took the fall, right? Does the buck end with her resignation, or do you think like now you have to go down?
I think people are satiated now. People are like the bloodlust is going down, right? Now she stepped down, but you're not going to tell me there weren't other people that fucked up to that day.
Oh no, absolutely, yeah. Like we were talking about like the central nervous system, right? And
Yeah.
versus like a reflex, and like security, security companies should have this kind of a reflex based, synapse
Mhm.
where it goes from like cop to noticing a problem, mentioning to the immediate officer, and there's a protocol where that immediate, that officer can then relay to that, the police what to do, right? Like immediately, like immediate action.
Yeah.
There's nothing in place for that. There's nothing in place for like immediate danger. And that's something that I would think of right now. I would configure protocols like, hey, we're going to go to this new place. Let's get all the police. These are the protocols. If there's immediate, danger, this is the protocol. Like, wouldn't you do that as a competent like
Yes.
manager of like
I
trying to
don't think
keep a
she's
person
at that
alive?
level, though. I don't think she even dictates that type of thing.
But
She is the director of the Secret Service. I don't think she's even involved in that day-to-day type of stuff.
she's got to be. Someone's got to be.
You look at our infrastructure. I don't know, man. It's like going after like a huge head of beyond the head of it. Yeah.
Do you think there's like DEI thing where she's selected?
I don't really
Potentially
buy that.
it's not meritocracy.
Okay,
Like, people are saying like, why should a 7 woman?
that does not explain why that roof was not covered.
That's true.
That's my thing. Okay, so the DEI is a lazy argument, and I'm not saying that there aren't pitfalls when it comes to selecting people based upon how they self-identify. I think there are pitfalls there, but
There's pitfalls when it comes to trying to protect Trump with like a lady who can't handle
I understand your point. But that's ancillary to
security, which is like
Yeah.
much more like
a woman
proactive.
a woman could do a perfectly equal job. A 5'0" woman could do a perfectly equal job calling out that roof than a 6'3"
I agree.
man.
I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
So that to me is ancillary, and maybe there are issues there, but that's like I think that's cherry picking. I think that's like
that is cherry picking.
Yeah.
That's true. Because like Trump broke protocol by standing up. He should be like down on the ground, in crouch position, right, holding the C button, going towards the
right.
car,
I mean,
right?
well, he did drop pretty quick to the ground.
Yeah, but it's because he got shot. He's
Yeah,
like, oh,
yeah.
fuck, I got
Yeah.
hit. Yeah. No, there's like a video of him. Do you see the
The
one on
bullet.
the other side, and you can see the hole just like begin.
Oh, I didn't see that, but did you see the one you can actually see the bullet?
Yeah,
Have you seen
yeah,
that one?
yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
It's got to change, yeah.
It's got to, man.
It's got to change.
I don't know but the thing is it going to change it for good, or is he going to become like fucking the next Adolf because of this? Like that's the question you have to ask yourself.
Ernest Becker, denial of death. So he brings up a thing where everyone believes they're invulnerable.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Everyone has
that's my point from earlier. But yeah,
everyone has an invulnerability like complex. Their God complex, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna die. How can I die? This reality, I'm gonna die.
yeah,
I'm gonna fucking die. Are you gonna tell me I'm gonna fucking die? Right? And then he brings up like a little analogy of like if you're in war, even in war, you don't think you're gonna die. And you're
Wow.
next to a friend, he gets shot by an arrow, and he's like, of course he died. I didn't die. You still maintain this God complex,
yeah.
right? Until you fucking die, and then you don't have that complex anymore. Like maybe that's what the consciousness does. So like, there's a little bit of God coming, like God complex. Like, okay, I'm fucking God. Maybe he's gonna think he's God.
Well, if anyone had a God complex, it was Donald Trump. so if it did affect that part of him, that could be a good thing.
The denial of death,
Yeah.
going to megalomania, going towards like Kanye West level. I'm fucking God.
I'd be hard pressed if that's the way he went. I think he's going to go the other way. I think he's going to become a little bit more measured.
Humble.
I'm hoping for the best, right? I don't know, but the guy obviously had some very, and Republicans have admitted this too. The guy's very, I never give this guy credit, but Tucker Carlson talked at the convention, and he said the moment I knew something was different about Trump is he didn't talk about himself once when he called me, or when I called him. One of the two, I forget what it was. And the fact that Tucker Carlson said that at the Republican National Convention, I think he's a moron, right? I don't like that guy at all, but I will I mean, he obviously got to the place he did in life because he's good at something. I'm not going to like downplay the guy's talents, but the fact that he said that, it just showed a lot. A lot of cards. It was like, you know, Donald Trump used to talk about himself constantly. That's all he would talk about him,
Right.
you know. And that's the one thing he noticed when he called, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, like, you look at everyone, you know, on like all the politicians, all the, you know, famous people, they have a mind. And if they get shot at, they're going to think they have a mind. They're going to have thoughts. They're going to have deep existential thoughts. Think about family. They're going to think about a lot of things.
Yeah. But it's up to Trump to find out where that's going to go, where that energy is going to go, because I don't know where it's going to go. It could be scary.
It could be scary.
I don't know.
Chaos theory.
You think? We'll end with this. You think Kamala Harris has a chance?
No.